Said stood at the busy market, her eyes scanning the passing crowd. Life as an orange seller had been tough since she lost her parents. Homeless and with no one to turn to, she slept in the corner of an abandoned shed at night, praying for a miracle. The sun was scorching, but Said didn't care. She needed to sell her oranges to afford a meal that day. Her hands shook slightly as she arranged the fruits in baskets, hoping to catch the eye of potential buyers. A sleek black Range Rover pulled up, instantly catching everyone's attention. The door opened, and out stepped Femi, a billionaire known for his ruthlessness and power. He adjusted his sunglasses, scanning the market like he owned it. As his gaze met Said's, he paused. Something about her captivated him. He slowly walked toward her, ignoring the curious stares around him. "What's your name?" he asked with a faint smile. Said hesitated, unsure of his intentions. "Said," she whispered. "How much for all your oranges?" Femi asked. Said's heart raced. No one had ever asked that before. Was this her miracle, or was there more to Femi's interest? Femi handed her a wad of cash, far more than the oranges were worth. "Take this," he said calmly, "but there's a condition." Said blinked in confusion. What condition? Was this man serious? Her mind raced with questions. "I need someone to help me manage a small project," Femi continued. "You seem hardworking and determined. Are you interested?" Said hesitated. She had nothing to lose. If this offer was genuine, it could be her escape from the streets. "What kind of project?" she asked. "Come with me, I'll explain," Femi said, his expression unreadable. The market crowd watched in awe as Said climbed into Femi's car. The sleek vehicle sped away, leaving behind whispers and curious glances. Inside the car, Said's thoughts spiraled. Was she walking into a trap, or could this be the chance she had prayed for? She glanced at Femi, who was focused on the road, his face betraying no emotion. "I'm giving you a chance to change your life," Femi finally said, breaking the silence. "Don't waste it." Little did Said know, this opportunity would take her on a journey she never expected, one filled with secrets and betrayal. Arriving at Femi's mansion, Said was speechless. The sprawling estate was unlike anything she had ever seen. Marble floors, crystal chandeliers, and luxury beyond her imagination. "This will be your new home while you work for me," Femi announced. Said's eyes widened. Was this really happening? She had gone from sleeping on the streets to living in a mansion within hours. Femi introduced her to the housekeeper, Mama Tolu, a stern woman who eyed Said suspiciously. "She's in charge here," Femi said. "Listen to her instructions." Mama Tolu nodded but said nothing. Said sensed the woman didn't trust her. As Said settled into her new room, she couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. Why would a billionaire choose a random orange seller for such an opportunity? The next morning, Femi handed Said a contract. "Sign this," he said. "It's just a formality." Said hesitated, her instincts screaming a warning. But with nowhere else to go, she picked up the pen, unaware that this signature would change her life forever. Days turned into weeks, and Sadie slowly adjusted to her new life. She worked diligently, managing small tasks for Femi's project, a community development initiative. His generosity seemed too good to be true, yet he remained distant, watching her every move. One evening, while organizing files in Femi's study, Sadie stumbled upon a document marked confidential. Her heart skipped a beat. Curiosity got the better of her, and she opened it. Her eyes widened as she scanned the contents. The project wasn't just about community development. It was linked to a scandal involving illegal land acquisition. Femi's name was everywhere. The door creaked open. "What are you doing?" Femi's voice was calm but chilling. Said froze, clutching the paper. I was just cleaning," she stammered, trying to hide her fear. Femi stepped closer, his eyes cold. "You're smarter than I thought," he said. "But smart girls should know when to stay quiet." Said's pulse quickened. Was she in danger now? "You'll be fine, as long as you remain loyal," Femi said with a smirk. "We wouldn't want anything to happen to you, right?" Said nodded, fear gripping her. She realized she had walked into a game far more dangerous than she ever imagined. Despite the tension, Said couldn't deny the strange bond growing between her and Femi. He was unpredictable. Kind one moment, distant the next. One afternoon, Femi invited her for a drive. They ended up at a serene beachside restaurant. For the first time, he seemed relaxed. "You remind me of someone," Femi said softly, staring at the waves. "Someone I lost long ago." Saad saw a glimpse of vulnerability in his eyes. "Who was she?" she asked gently. "My sister," Femi said, his voice barely a whisper. "She died in an accident because I couldn't protect her." Said felt a pang of sympathy. For all his wealth, Femi seemed like a man haunted by his past. "You're not alone," Said said, surprising herself. "We all have scars." Femi smiled faintly. "You're different, Said. That's why I chose you." But as their bond deepened, so did the danger around them. Sad couldn't shake the feeling that someone in the mansion was watching her, waiting for her to slip up. Late one night, Sade overheard a heated argument between Femi and Mama Tolu. "She knows too much," Mama Tolu hissed. "We can't trust her." "She's not a threat," Femi replied firmly. "Leave her alone." Sade's blood ran cold. Were they talking about her? She quietly backed away, her mind racing. Determined to find answers, Sade sneaked into Femi's office again. This time she found a hidden folder containing photos of herself, taken long before they met. Tears welled up in her eyes. Everything had been planned. Femi had been watching her for months, her heart shattered. She had trusted him, even started to care for him. But it had all been a lie. The door slammed behind her. Femi stood there, his face dark with anger. "I told you not to dig into things that don't concern you," he growled. "You've been stalking me," Sade cried. "Why? What do you want from me?" Femi stepped closer. "Because I owe your father a debt," he confessed. "And protecting you is the only way I can repay it." Sad staggered back, her mind spinning. "You knew my father?" Femi nodded. "He was a good man. He saved my life once. But he paid the price for it. After he died, I promised to watch over you. That's why I found you in the market." Sade's chest tightened. The pieces of the puzzle finally fit together. Her father's mysterious death, Femi's sudden appearance in her life, it was all connected. "But why didn't you just tell me the truth?" Sade asked, her voice trembling. "I couldn't risk it," Femi said. "There are powerful people who want to hurt you. Keeping you close was the only way to protect you." Tears streamed down Sade's face. "I don't know who to trust anymore." "You can trust me," Femi said, his voice sincere. "I made mistakes, but everything I did was to keep you safe." Sade wanted to believe him, but the scars of betrayal ran deep. She needed time to process everything, but time was a luxury she didn't have. The storm finally passed. With Femi's help, Sade uncovered the truth about her father's death and exposed the corrupt officials behind the illegal land scheme. The media frenzy that followed was overwhelming, but Saad stood strong. She was no longer the helpless orange seller from the market. Femi offered her a permanent role in his company, but Saad had other plans. "I want to start my own business," she said confidently. "I want to help people like me, people who just need a chance." Femi smiled proudly. "Your father would have been proud." As Sade walked out of the mansion for the last time, she felt a sense of freedom she hadn't experienced in years. The market was bustling when she returned, but this time she wasn't selling oranges. She was there to inspire others, to show them that miracles could happen when you least expect them. And as she glanced at the sleek black Range Rover parked nearby, she knew one thing for sure. Her story was just beginning. The moral lesson of this story is never judge anyone by their outward appearance or current circumstances. True worth and potential often lie hidden, waiting for kindness and opportunity to help them shine. And by showing empathy and treating others with respect, you might just discover a life-changing connection.